Every thought I have is brilliant, profound, possibly never thought of before, probably thought of before, but possibly not. If you shared any of my thoughts with Socrates, for example, he would be like, what the fuck? That's freaking dumb as fuck. Because even he wasn't smart enough to understand everything that's going on up here. Only real geniuses will get this one.
Her name is Dana, she's so fun and cool. No, she didn't get good grades in school. She's Dana.
Hello, I'm Dana Donnelly, one of the greatest minds of our time, and this is every thought I had this week. Here's the thing about me. I don't know if I'll be recognized as a great philosopher whilst I'm alive, but I do know, and mark my words, come 500, 600, 700, 1,000 years from now, whoa, they'll be talking about me. And even if they're not, you won't know. I, Dana Donnelly, am always right. A lot of people think that I am crazy. But here's the thing about when people think you're crazy. A lot of times they just think you're crazy because you're right too early. And if there's one thing I, Dana Donnelly, am, it's early. You know, I'm always the first one on the wagon, you know what I mean? And sometimes it takes a really long time for anyone else to get on my wagon. Sometimes it looks like no one will ever get on my wagon. I have faith that I'm not crazy. I'm just right too early. Yeah, I'm really freaking early right now. I'm really, really early. I'm really early to the right party and no one is here yet. What is being a genius? It just means that you were ugly as a kid, and so people told you you were smart because they didn't know what else to say because you were ugly. And you really internalized that and made it a core part of your identity, so much so that maybe it became true. Maybe. And if you would prefer to engage with my brilliant ideas and musings in text form, feel free to follow me on Elon Musk's website, X.com. You can take the girl out of the appropriate age range to shop at Brandy Melville, but you can't take the urge to shop at Brandy Melville out of the girl, nay, woman, nay, corpse. Yes, I shall be the first person to be buried in head-to-toe brandy, mark my words. I'm 30 years old. I've been shopping at Brandy Melville since I was 14, 15 years old, and I know I'm too old to be there every time I go in. The only person ever older than me is a mom, but I still want to wear those tiny little tank tops. And if that ever becomes illegal, actually it might be illegal, it might be considered public indecency because a lot of these tops don't fit me right, but lock me up, take me to prison. I think I'd do pretty well in prison after week 1. Weeks 2 and 3, the other prisoners would think I was really funny. They'd get a kick out of me. Week 4, they'd be sick of me. And yeah, I assume I would get shivved in the prison yard or something. I love when celebrities pretend to be friends with each other because it makes for great late night talk show interactions where Stephen Colbert is like, so I hear you have a group chat with Greta Thunberg and the Rizzler? And then Brad Pitt has to be like, yes, Stephen, it's crazy. And that's about how everything is so obviously PR, people. Are you dumb? If I could give an eldest daughter trying to create some healthy family boundaries some advice, it would be to just fake your own death, sweetie, because otherwise your real one is coming. And that's about how when you're an eldest daughter, good luck creating boundaries with your family members because it will kill you. They will kill you, or you will just be eaten alive by the guilt and feeling like you're dodging an obligation that was never yours to carry, girl. The more expensive the therapist, the less willing they are to tell you the truth about your behavior. And this is why some rich people get so evil. And that's fucking true. When a therapist is charging you $300 an hour, they're going to be like, wow, those other people are the problem. And when a therapist is charging you $50, $100 an hour, they're going to be like, yeah, you're the problem. Because guess what? That therapist has less to lose if you don't come back. The expensive therapist, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. They want to keep you on the hook. Wake up. My fiance was like, have you eaten today? And I was like, yeah, I had that really tiny sandwich. And he goes, oh yes, I remember. You had that completely normal size sandwich. Anyway, just a reminder to check on your loved ones because this is how I discovered this man had a death wish. I had a sandwich that I thought was small, and then he was like, that sandwich was normal. And I was like, do you want to freaking eat soil, sir? Pissed me off. I'm tiny and petite.
Every sandwich I eat is small.
I guess it was a normal size sandwich. People who suck be like, my therapist is amazing. Yeah, I tweeted that, and then I saw a video clip of Malala, the one who like made it so girls in India could go to school or whatever. Really good for her. But after I posted this, I see a video clip of Malala saying that her therapist is amazing. And just to be clear, I didn't mean Malala. When I say people who suck be like, I wasn't talking about Malala, okay? I don't think Malala sucks. I think she's done a lot of good for, I mean, I didn't like school, but it's good to be able to go. I'm glad I have the right to go. So thank you to Malala. I didn't need Malala for that because I'm American. Instagram photo swipe captioned life lately, and it's pics of me screaming as a demonic entity chases me around a cave. Just thought that was a funny visual. The only effective antidote to embarrassment that I found is even more embarrassment. Run it back, baby. Let's keep these good vibes going. That's true. You want to know how to feel less bad about something embarrassing you did 5 minutes ago? Do something embarrassing right now, and then you'll forget all about the thing from 5 minutes ago. You have to be constantly humiliating yourself, or you will be bogged down by memories of previous humiliations. The goal is to be humiliating yourself so frequently that it all blends together and you don't even know. You can't remember the embarrassing thing you did 5 minutes ago because you did something embarrassing 4 minutes ago, and then you did something embarrassing 3 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, 1 minute. You're always be embarrassing yourself. ABEY. And that's kind of my motto. God really be giving his worst tempers to his smallest soldiers. It's literally only because I'm 4'11" that I'm not in prison right now. Yeah. You know this phrase, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers? He gives his worst tempers to his smallest soldiers. I am a little rage monster, but because of my petite package, I have managed to escape the clutches of a federal penitentiary, in which, as I already mentioned, me being in prison would ultimately end with me getting shivved in a prison yard and bleeding out. And then maybe people would fucking take me seriously. It's just like, am I destined for posthumous fame? Will my fame and recognition be posthumous? I hope it's hummus. I hope it's pre-hummus. I love hummus. Quitting weed was important in getting my life back on track, but definitely not as important as quitting Instagram stalking random people I like went to first grade with. That was weirdly time consuming and distracting. And that's about how, I was addicted to marijuana for many years. I've been clean for almost a year. It's definitely improved my life. That being said, what's really improved my life is not being preoccupied with unimportant people from the past. And I don't mean unimportant in their own lives. I'm sure they are the main characters of their own lives, but they were unimportant in my life. And, you know, seeing what they were up to on Instagram, spending moments of my precious life checking in on them, it wasn't serving me, okay? It wasn't fucking serving me. If you right now are like looking at your life is in shambles, you're looking around. If you are still checking up on anyone from your past that you don't really talk to anymore, you need to stop. And that will be what takes you from loser to titan of industry. Not everyone looks better skinny, okay? Some people lose all of their aura when they get too skinny. Think about, for example, Barney. If Barney got skinny, we would all be really scared of him. Not charmed at all. Take a lesson from Barney. And this is something I remind myself of a lot, where like I always want to be skinnier because our society tells us like skinnier is better. And maybe that's true, but when I think about Barney, I'm like, it's clearly not always true. Clearly there's some of us are not meant to be super skinny, and some of us would be less charming if we got less fat. And yeah, maybe it's something I tell myself so I can keep eating like a little piggy, maybe. But I don't think so. I think it's something I tell myself because when I get skinny, I like low-key, I lose my rizz. Like so much of my rizz is from my normal soft little body. So